Hello Duelists, MD here, and today, before I start the video, I just want to say I apologize if my voice sounds nasally or anything like that throughout the video. It's just, I'm currently trying to get over this cold thing here that I've had for the past several days, and it's not been fun. But I figure I need to just tough through and make this video for you guys, because we're going to be going over what I think is going to be on and possibly taken off for our ban list whenever we get it. So, again, I apologize for that. It's really bad head cold I've got right now. Alright, so without any more delay, gonna get right into it. And as you guys can see here, I'm on Dev Pro right now. Just so I'm gonna type in the card that I think is gonna be there. And so you guys can see what it does and stuff like that. So here's the first one I want to talk about, Pot of Desires. Now, I personally don't like this card, and I really don't understand nor can just I don't get it, but I'm gonna put my personal hatred aside of it and discuss it on a non-biased standpoint. So here's the thing, guys. If you guys keep it with competitive YuGiOh at all, basically all of the decks that make top or win big events for YuGiOh all play 3 Pot of Desires. It's a draw 2 card. You can put it in any deck. There's no real archetype limits with it or anything like that. So, I mean, that's kind of what they did with Upstart Goblin too. It was a draw card. Yeah, you drew 1 and your opponent gained 1,000 for those of you who didn't know. But since you could play it anywhere, any deck you wanted, at least in my opinion, that's why they reduced Upstart to 1. And they might give Pot of Desires the same treatment. I can't say for sure. But, yeah. As far as why in detail I hate this card and don't think it's good, that's a whole video of its own. But today we're talking about ban list stuff here. And I'll just go over the singular cards first, and then I'll touch up on archetypes. So, let's go on to the next one. Right here, totally awesome. Now this card right here, I have played against it, and oh my goodness, this one needs to be hit. Just guys, you can just read that effect right there for yourself, but I'll give you a quick gist of it. It can basically cancel anything you do by discarding itself. And if your opponent plays a deck right, then they can just resummon it totally awesome again and do it again next turn. Over and over and over. Ugh. It is literally the worst thing in the world. It's it doesn't even look intimidating, but it's such a scary card. Konami, for the future, if you're going to make such a terrifying card, at least make it look scary. I'm not saying this design is bad in any way, but it looks like such a friendly little frog, but it does such a terrible thing to you. So yeah, honestly, I think the only thing I could see this card happening if it gets on the list is that it's banned completely. Because putting him at semi-limited or even limited, like I said, they can just recycle it over and over and over again. So even just one, it doesn't not gonna really hurt anything. So either get rid of it completely or don't get rid of it at all. That's really the only choice Konami has with this card. Because as I just said, putting it to 2 or 1 is not gonna make the slightest difference whatsoever. Alright. But all I have to say about that one. And let's go to another singular card. Now this is one I really hope, I mean really hope they don't touch, but my confidence is 50-50, and that is Allure of Darkness. Now this card, when I first got into the game, this card was just limited to 1, and then it got semi-limited up to 2, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then a list or 2 after that, I can't remember for sure. Probably my best of all dreams came true, that Allure of Darkness was bumped up to 3. So yeah, this is arguably one of the best draw cards next to Pot of Desires, but the catch is it really only works for dark monsters. So let's say for my Lunalights or Dark Magician, this card's great. I don't even need to look at Pot of Desires when I've got this Allure of Darkness right here. And the thing is too, why I think they're probably going to move this back is this, there's going to be so many decks out there that are going to be dark type. And this card is just really, really good for those type of decks. So, again, I'm not saying I want them to limit or ban this card. In fact, I wanted them to leave it at 3. Because most of my darks, most of my darks, most of the decks I play are dark. And I just love this card so much for those decks. So, I hope they don't. But there's some reasons for them to hit it in some way and form. Alright. And with that, there's no really other singular cards I can think of at the moment. So for right now, I'm just going to go with archetypes. And if there's any more singular cards, I'll do them later on in the video. Oh, there we go. First of all, here's going to be the Metalfoes mechanic. Now, I don't hate the Metalfoes mechanic in any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, I actually really do enjoy playing the deck. It's just, I'm not able to get it in real life because no one around me is trading for those. And I'm very skeptical about buying cards from online websites. So, and I only do that when it's my absolute last resort. Or if it's a card that is going to be really, really cheap anyways. So those are the only times I buy online. Again, sorry for my voice doing that, guys. But yeah, Metalfoes have always been a really, really cool archetype. And they got a really good boost in the last Invasion of Vengeance set. With 2 fusion monsters, one of them being Metalfoes Mithrilium. You guys can take a little read at that one for a second there. And the one annoying one in the deck, Metalfoes Alcahest. It's annoying to go against, but it is great when you are playing it. And we also got Full Metalfoes Fusion, a really busted card right here. I don't want to say busted, but it's basically El Shaddoll Fusion for them, and that's really, really good. Now this one right here, I think might get hit to 1, which again, I'm not sure. Because most decks only play like 1 or 2 of this card anyway. So it's really hard to say which specific Metalfoes cards are going to get the hit. But I can almost, I'm not going to say completely guarantee because there's obviously room for error and stuff like that. But I can almost guarantee at least something from this archetype is going to get hit on the next list. Whenever that will be. Whew, again, my apologies for that, guys. And with that, all right, gonna go into the next mechanic. See, how would I type that in? Ooh. All right, so this thing really wants to be annoying with me then. All right, as you guys can see here, I want to talk about the ABCs here. But, Union, there we go. All right. I think I might have found a way around this. Come on, machine, full search. There we go. All right. So the next one I want to talk about here is the ABC mechanic. Now, unfortunately, I did want to pick this up for myself to play, but I never really got a chance to. But it's a really, really good deck. There's actually a couple ways you can build it. You can either go with rank 4 spam or base it on the fusion form here. And it's really, really cool. Basically, all of their effects are somewhat similar to where you could like swap them back and forth between equipping them and special summoning them. And they also gain a cool effect when they're equipped to a monster. With that, and you can see there's A, B, and C. And let me go look up the fusion one for you guys. Fusion. Yes, there it is right here. ABC Dragon Buster. Now this one here is really good. It can basically banish a monster once per turn. So, so yeah, you discard 1 card and you can banish a monster. But what makes it really, really cool is that during your opponent's turn, you can tribute that card and just special summon your fusion materials back onto the field. And it is a quick effect, as you can see down there at the bottom of the description. So that makes it really, really good as well. Again, like the Metalfoes, I can't really see a specific card that they would ban from this archetype. But it's been doing really, really good for quite some time now. Definitely over the span of a regular ban list. So something might get hit here. Now this one, I'm not even gonna say almost guaranteed, but I will say there's a decent chance of something getting hit here. Oh man, my voice just does not want to work with me today, guys. I apologize for any of you going through this, but I am very, very grateful for anyone still watching this video, even with my voice so terrible. Alright, so that does it for that mechanic. Let's see, what else can I go over next? And I'll go over a couple of the cards that I think will be either increased in the amount you can play or taken off completely. Oh wow, wait, hold on. Let me just set that under to all, and here we go, right here, Upstart Goblin. Now, I personally think they need to add this card back, at least 2, if not off the list completely. As I said with the Pot of Desires, I get why they originally did that, but I think Pot of Desires is something they should have much more of their focus on than Upstart Goblin. Not really too much to say about this card. You draw 1, then your opponent gains 1,000. Now, to a lot of new people, that seems so bad, including myself. When I first got into the game, I thought this was like so bad, but once you actually like really get into the game and start learning stuff about it, Upstart Goblin, that giving your opponent 1,000 life points, that's really nothing. And I suppose that's another reason I could see why they would just get rid of Upstart Goblin, because the way the game is now is that you're basically getting a card for nothing. Because, especially with a lot of OTK decks, even with that increase of 1,000, you could still end the game in 1 turn without really much problem. But it's as I said, I think their bigger focus should be on Pot of Desires rather than Upstart Goblin. And like I said, even if it's not off the list completely, even if it's just a 2 of, I think that'd be completely fine. And so, yeah, that's what I think about the Upstart Goblin. Alright. Let's see what else. Alright. I hope I'm doing this right. Alright, so as you guys see here, I'm looking at some of the Ritual Beasts here. And right here we see... wow, I apologize. Ritual Beast Conahawk. Now, this deck was like a really, really good budget deck for so long because of this card right here. So basically, I'm so sorry about this, guys. Basically, what made this card really, really good is that like you could just keep going back and forth between fusion summoning it and just similar to the ABC Buster Dragon fusion, how you can just get back your fusion materials onto the field and stuff like that. You can basically go back and forth as much as you'd like with it. And the one thing about Ritual Beast that everyone hated is that the turns took so long. Not because they slow played, but just because there were so many combos to do with Ritual Beasts in there that it was crazy. Now, why do I think this will be upped up in the list a bit? Well, I don't want to say it's going to get off completely. It could, but... And it's a little difficult to say because, like, I don't want to say that the format is in a completely different area to where the Ritual Beast won't have any effect, because honestly, that's just not true at all. The Ritual Beast can still, even right now, they could still be a deck to be reckoned with. And with Conahawk back in at least 2 or 3, that'd be insane for them. But I just think that there's like so many other things they need to ban and stuff like that that they might give Conahawk a little bit of a break there. So, and once again, guys, I feel the need to repeat myself, but this is all just my personal opinion. So feel free to take it any way as you would like. And let's go on to the next one. Huh, that wasn't spelled right. Did I spell it right? Okay, so I'm trying to search up Shadal's here, but... This is annoying. Shad. Come on. Alright, there we go. We have some of them. Oh, it's 2Ds. Okay. I did not know that, guys. I apologize. I'm a terrible speller. But yeah. Some of the Shadal stuff here. More specifically, Construct and El Shadal Fusion. Now, a lot of people might disagree with me what I'm about to say here, and some might agree with me. I completely respect all opinions, but for this one, the reason I think they're gonna remove some of the Constructs and the El Shadal is because, unlike the Ritual Beast, in this format, I don't see Construct being too much of a threat. Because in its time, don't get me wrong, Construct was great. Because it could automatically destroy any special summon monster it battled. But nowadays, there is just so many ways around that effect. And so many monsters would be protected through their own effects through Construct. That, I don't know, like, don't get me wrong, Construct, if it was brought back, would give some decks a run for their money. But like the main meta decks have so many answers to a card like that, that it's almost not relevant anymore. But again, it's just my opinion. So, and the El Shadal Fusion here, this is one I was telling you guys about. That's like that Full Metal Foes Fusion, a quick play fusion spell. It's nothing really too special about it other than the fact that it's quick play, but quick play fusions are so good. But yeah, that's kind of why I think Construct and El Shadal Fusion might come, I don't want to say come off the list completely, but they might definitely get a break in that. Because I want to give you guys a little example here would be, even though it's not really meta right now, would be the Blue Eyes deck. Like, yeah, that deck was meta when it first came out, and I know even though it got power creeped a bit, it is still topping in some major events. So, can't deny that. And a deck like that wouldn't even have to worry about Construct whatsoever, because most of the versions I know play through the Blue Eyes Chaos Max version of it. And even the ones that don't, like, that rely on the extra deck, their extra decks have protection against something like that. So, and not to mention, we have that dumb Tree Toad Frog that if it doesn't get hit, would definitely make this card completely useless. So, that's my reasoning on why they might bring back some of the Shadal stuff here. Alright, so let's just type that away. And go. No, that's not the one I want to type. I guess at the time of recording, I can't really think of any other cards that would get on or off the list. So, I guess that will conclude this video for today, guys. So, did you guys enjoy this little discussion I had with you all, despite my terrible voice? No, in all seriousness, no. Like, do you guys agree with my ideas at all? Do you completely disagree? Feel free to let me know down in the comments section down below. Free opinions are completely fine. Like, even if you did not agree with a single thing I said, that's completely fine. Again, this is all entirely opinion-based. Nothing is for certain until we actually get the list for ourselves. Which, knowing Konami, even though it's already been like about 4 months, who knows when that's going to be. It could come out today, tomorrow. Heck, it could even come out before this video is even posted. That is how random Konami is. But we always stick around just because we love the game so much. Including myself. I can never get sick of the game itself. I just wish Konami had a better management system for it, is all. But who am I to really complain? So, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're all new to the channel. And yeah, let's just see what happens in this list. Hopefully there are a few things here that I have called, because that would be so cool. But if not, hey, what can you do? This is actually my first time ever trying to predict the ban list. So, hope you guys enjoyed it once again. And this has been Magician's Descendant. And you Duelists, have a good day.